Want to help your kids or grandkids save for college? A 529 plan could be an option, but what is it and how does it work? Hi, I'm Jared with Carlin Financial Group. For the best retirement information and to help make sure you don't outlive your money, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to be notified when we post new videos. One common goal we encounter when talking with retirees is the desire to help pay for their family's education. Many have heard of a 529, but really want the 529 plan explained. So today, we're going to give you an introduction to the 529 plan, including some 529 plan pros and cons, and we will address the reason many people might choose this type of tax advantage savings plan by discussing the 529 college saving plan tax benefits. So, let's jump in. A 529 plan, legally known as a qualified tuition plan, is designed to encourage saving for future education cost. These plans are generally intended for the use of one specified beneficiary, and in fact, only one beneficiary can be named at a time. So, what happens if the beneficiary decides not to go to college or doesn't use all of the funds? Well, luckily, you have the option of changing the beneficiary at any time to a qualifying family member of the current beneficiary as defined by the IRS. Now, there are two types of 529 plans: prepaid tuition plans and educational savings plans. Since 529 plans are established and maintained by states, they can vary from state to state, but all 50 states and the District of Columbia sponsor at least one type of 529 plans. The prepaid version of these plans allows you to purchase units or credits at a participating college or university, usually public and in-state, in today's dollars for future tuition and mandatory fees. Prepaid plans, however, usually cannot be used to pay for future room and board expenses for higher education institutions and do not allow you to prepay tuition for elementary or secondary schools. So, if you're someone attempting to save for early education expenses, this is likely not the best version for you. Most prepaid plans are sponsored by state government and as a result have residency requirements for the saver and/or the beneficiary. Prepaid plans are not guaranteed by the federal government, and while some states offer guarantees on the money paid into the plan, others do not. If your prepaid tuition plan is not guaranteed, there's a chance you could lose some or all of your money if the plan sponsor has a financial shortfall. In addition, if the beneficiary chooses to attend a non-plan participating college or university, the plan may pay less than they had they chosen to attend a participating institution. If you're trying to plan for how to help your kids or grandkids save for their future education and you have questions that we don't address in this video, drop us a note in the comments and we'll do our best to address those concerns for you in a future video. Now let's move on to the other type of 529 plan, which is the education savings plan. These plans let a saver open an investment account to save for the beneficiary's future qualified higher education expenses, tuition, mandatory fees, and room and board. Withdrawals from education savings plans accounts can generally be used at any college or university, including sometimes at non-U.S. colleges and universities. After recent changes to law, education savings plans can also be used to pay up to $10,000 per year per beneficiary for tuition at any public, private, or religious elementary or secondary school. So if saving for earlier education is a priority for you, this plan could be an option. However, given that the beneficiary would require access to the funds sooner if they are to be used for elementary or secondary school expenses, you have a shorter time horizon for your money to grow and may not feel as comfortable taking on too much risk or volatility with your investments. For these reasons, it may make sense to consider different investment options for early education depending on when you plan to use the money invested. All education savings plans are established by state governments, but only a few have residency requirements, which can be nice if you're trying to save for an out-of-state school. State governments do not guarantee investments in education savings plans, and federal government may only offer limited protection on principal protected bank products insured by the FDIC. One reason for this is because, as I said, these types of 529 plans have an investment account that typically includes a range of investment options, which often include various mutual funds and exchange-traded funds or ETF portfolios, in addition to a principal protected bank product. Now, these fund portfolios often offer static fund options as well as age-based portfolios or target date funds that automatically shift to more conservative investments as the beneficiary gets closer to the age at which the funds will be used. Now, it's important to note regarding your investment options that education savings plans have certain preset investment options, and it is not permitted to switch freely among them. Under current tax law, an account holder is only permitted to change his or her investment options twice per year or when there is a beneficiary change. As with any money invested in mutual funds, ETFs, and other market vehicles, there is risk involved, which means you could not make any money or even lose some or all of your investment. There are also potential fees and expenses to be aware of when choosing a 529 plan. Those fees and expenses will be detailed in a document known as the plan's offering circular. It's important to review and understand these before making any decisions, as they can impact your overall return. And now, let's discuss the reason that many people choose the 529 College Savings Plan as their tool to save for higher education. It may offer the saver special tax benefits. While tax benefits on the state level can vary by state, so you should research your particular state's rules, federally speaking, contributions are made with after-tax dollars and then accrue tax-free earnings as long as the funds remain in the account. When it comes time to use the funds to appreciate and preserve the tax-free benefits of the 529 plan, the withdrawals must be used for qualified higher education expenses or tuition for elementary or secondary schools. However, if 529 account withdrawals are not used for qualified higher education expenses or tuition for elementary or secondary schools, they will be subject to state and federal income tax, in addition to a 10% federal tax penalty on the earnings. Other tax ramifications to consider are contribution limits, which cannot exceed the amount necessary to provide for the qualified education expenses of the beneficiary. To determine your plan's contribution limits, you need to contact the plan's trustee or administrator. Contributors to the plan should also be aware of potential gift tax ramifications. Now, if you're ready to help a family member save for their education and want help determining your best options, you can learn more about working with us and apply to become a client using the link right down below in the description. I hope this information was helpful to you, and I thank you for sharing a bit of your day with me. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you won't miss any future videos. And as always, live today, plan for tomorrow.